Welcome back for more NC Sports Weekly News, your water sports essential. In the lineup, F1H20 Round Two on Lake Geneva as the France GP brings major upsets and surprises. Senior correspondent Sebastien Destremau in Gothenburg for the final curtain at the Volvo Ocean Race. A relentless and unbeatable Chris Rashleigh flies highest to win the UK Moth Nationals in Stoked Bay. Shaw and Tarnosky are crowned as new RSX Euro champs in Sicily, while Israel and Holland take the youth divisions. Barcelona greets the 2015 Stand-Up World Series with Baxter and Appleby, leaving no room for the competition. NC Sports, plunge into the action. Major upsets and overturned results added some extra spice on Sunday to the France GP on Lake Geneva for the second round of the 2015 UIM F1H20 World Championship. Off to a blazing start, France's Philippe Chiappe, title winner in 2014, led the pack up until lap 16 of the scheduled 34. That's when the engine flywheel gave up on his CTIC China team, ultimately putting him out of contention. UIM judges were then kept busy calling a series of heavy penalties on the course, including 5 disqualifications. Among these, Finnish star Sami Sailio of the Mad Croc Baba team was pushed back 1 lap for destroying a buoy, which cost them a valuable podium placement. Perhaps the most striking call, however, came from Italian 3-time world champion Alex Carella, who did cross the finish line in first with Abu Dhabi, but his moment of glory was shattered soon after the race when UIM officials considered that his setup had violated the racing rules. The decision opened the door for Youssef Al-Rubayyan's first ever victory on his F1 GC Atlantic and moved them up to second place overall in the World Championship standings. Sweden's Jonas Andersson in second and Finland's Filip Roms in third completed the France GP podium, while with a fourth place, American pilot Sean Torrente now continues to hold the overall season lead by just a single point. The UIM F1H20 circus will now be moving to the Iberian coastline for round 3 of the Portugal GP to start at the beginning of August in Porto.
You're watching the Selling Updates Desktop News. Welcome to the office. An exceptional office this week as I am here in Gothenburg, Sweden, for the last import race of the Volvo Ocean Race. Behind me is Tim Brunel. Tim Brunel, who finished second of this event, and a Volvo Ocean Race won by Abu Dhabi.
With a podium already known since the arrival in Sweden a week ago, the real battle of the import race is to separate the 2 boats tied on points, Mapfre and Alvi Medica, for 4th, by pushing the Turkish-American boat wide to allow Dongfeng race team to slip in ahead of them. Mapfre ensures that they broke the tie for 4th place on a comeback for the overall. Abu Dhabi Racing earns the 6 points they need to win the overall import race series by edging out last place Team Vestas Wind, who have suffered in the short races after rejoining the event in Lisbon. Abu Dhabi finishes just 1 point clear of Tim Brunel in the standings. On Monday, Jan Walker's crew had claimed the main event with 5 points to spare, also from the Dutch crew.
Yeah, a little bit of a shaky finish, but you're right, we got the double. I think I'm really pleased with the team. I think the guys deserve it. I think we've been strong all the way through in both series, and you know, it's come with a lot of hard work, and I really want to thank my team for everything they've done for me.
Team SCS, skipped by Sam Davis, sailed a canny race in Gothenburg to claim second place, and with it the third place on the podium for the Import Series. Two Royals have front row seats in Sweden. His Majesty King Juan Carlos of Spain is on Mapfre, and Victoria, Crown Princess of Sweden, joins Team SCA. Both would have appreciated more than most the intricacy of such a tactical tussle in near windless conditions. This concludes a fantastic Volvo Ocean Race 2014-2015.
Discarding a first and a second place as his worst results, Chris Rashley put on a spectacular flying show over the weekend by winning 10 of 12 races at the 2015 UK Moth Nationals. Building an unsurmountable 23-point lead, the local star simply overwhelmed the competition in Stoked Bay between Portsmouth and the Isle of Wight. A fleet of nearly 60 athletes from the UK and abroad took on the 4-day challenge in ideal wind and wave conditions, and with some top sailing names in the fight for a spot on the podium. On an equal 33 points, Ben Payton and Jason Belber closed respectively second and third, with the Leamington flag bearer winning most direct challenges. Just 3 points behind, Dylan Fletcher, another local foiling master from the Stoked Bay Sailing Club, had to settle for fourth place. Also on a positive learning curve, British Olympian Penny Clark, formerly on the 470s and the only woman in the fleet, gave the boys a real run for their money by posting a most respectable 15th place.
Really tactical today, like you had to be precise where you tacked and make a good lane, and I was really happy. My first tack made the race for me because I had a really nice lane across to the right side, and from there I rounded first at the top, and I was happy to stay in front of the other Polish girls.
4 seconds and another 2 third places were enough for Britain's Briony Shaw to capture a highly competitive 2015 RSX Women's European title on Palermo's Mondello Beach last Sunday. Chased by an aggressive Team Poland, the British windsurfing champ sealed her victory through consistent performances and a crucial second-place finish in the medal race. Creating multiple wins and keeping up the high scores, Bialeka, Klepaka and Tarnosky were simply on fire in these Sicilian waters, but occasional pitfalls ultimately denied them the highest glory. Similar story for France's reigning world champion, Charline Picon, 5th overall in spite of her 3 early race wins. The Polish flag did fly highest at the men's Euros, however, with Paweł Tarnosky building a solid 8-point lead, while closely challenged by Holland's Dorian van Rijsselberghe. Receiving redressal on a protest for the win in race number 9, Tarnosky then pressed on to also win the following 2 matches. Then a 10th place in the final medal race was still enough to keep the Dutchman in second. Just 2 points behind, France's Louis Giard closed in third. Competing in mixed fleets that included under-21 and under-17 athletes, youth European titles were also awarded in Mondello. A sensational Team Israel packed the podium full in the ladies division, respectively with Drihan, Blank, and Spychakov. Sil Hoekstra grabbed the Euro Youth men's title for the Netherlands, ahead of Yoav Omer in second, also from Israel, and Italy's Carlo Ciabatti settling for third due to a meager medal race finish in 16th place. Packing over 2,000 events on the water and dockside, the 2015 Kielerwoche Sommerfest celebrated its 133rd year of maritime history. Tens of thousands of spectators flocked to this iconic 1936 Olympic venue, still today Northern Europe's main sailing epicenter, and many more followed from around the world on their screens, also thanks to Nautical Channel's live medal race broadcast last week. After more than a century, Kiel continues to deliver significant numbers. 5,000 sailors, 50 nations attending, 2,000 yachts, including the dinghies and the boards, and with nearly 40 sailing events dotting the calendar. Like every year, the classic Windjammers Parade, of course, took the spotlight, and this year's mission was all about promoting the German bid for the 2024 or 2028 Games. Hamburg is presenting the challenge, with Kiel striking a key partnership in an effort to secure the official sailing venue. Stand-Up World Series kicked off its 2015 season in Barcelona last weekend, as thousands of beachgoers took to the shoreline to celebrate summer's arrival in the Mediterranean. It was indeed a special day on the playa at this Spanish stopover, with reigning world champ Connor Baxter taking a huge overall win by dominating both the long-distance and sprint racing divisions. Baxter shared the overall podium with another Hawaiian sub-hero, Kai Lenny, in second, and France's emerging talent, Arthur Autkin, in third. On the ladies' court, the USA's Candice Appleby continued to elevate the performance level of the sport and matched Baxter's performance by also winning both the sprint and long-distance races, leaving the second and third spots respectively to Angela Jackson and Manka Notar. Next stop on the Waterman's League Sup World Series will be in Sao Paulo, Brazil, starting on August 14. There's always more, so this Saturday at 7 p.m. join the current on Nautical Channel for the weekly premiere of The Buzz and round 2 of the high-flying GC32 circuit in Cowes, including a superb performance at the legendary Round the Island race. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.